WWE SmackDown just flipped the script once again, and this time, it wasn't a match or a promo that did it. It was a moment. A silent, powerful, unforgettable moment that unfolded backstage, away from the flashing lights, away from the screaming crowd, but destined to shake the WWE universe to its core. The Bloodline saga has been spiraling into madness for months now. We've seen betrayals. We've seen surprise alliances. We've watched family bonds burn in real time. But just when we thought we had seen every twist, just when we thought the Bloodline war couldn't grow any more chaotic, WWE dropped a nuclear moment on us. And it didn't even need a single word to send shockwaves through the locker room. It all started seconds after the main event wrapped on this week's SmackDown. The broadcast had barely cut to black. But WWE cameras, always watching, always lurking, caught something unfolding in the dimly lit hallway behind the main stage. The camera slowly panned down the corridor, and there he was, Fatu. The Samoan werewolf himself. Standing completely still. Calm. Calculated. His presence alone was enough to make producers and rookies keep their distance. Jacob has been a destructive force since the second he arrived. Every week, he's carved a deeper path through the roster. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't need to. The chaos follows him like a shadow. And tonight, that shadow got darker. Fatu wasn't pacing. He wasn't getting medical attention after his wild brawl earlier in the night. He was waiting. The tension in the air was thick. The kind of silence that feels heavy. You could almost hear the locker room holding its breath as the camera stayed on Jacob. And then, it happened. From around the corner, someone emerged. The way he walked, purposeful, calm, like he owned the building already, told us everything. The crowd watching on the Titantron backstage froze. Social media hadn't caught on yet. But everyone in that arena knew something massive was unfolding. Fatu had arrived. For months, the WWE Universe had speculated if and when Zilla would enter the Bloodline War. Fans knew the name. Knew the legacy. He's the son of the late, great Umaga, one of the most feared and respected men to ever step foot in a WWE ring. And Zilla, despite being young, already carried that same aura. You could see it in his posture. You could feel it in the silence that followed his every step. Zilla didn't say a word. He didn't need to. As he walked directly up to Fatu, the entire energy in the hallway shifted. Zilla stopped only inches away from Jacob. No hesitation. No fear. Just a heavy, burning stare between two men who shared more than blood, they shared purpose. Then, in a move that left even the production crew speechless, Fatu opened his arms and embraced Jacob. No music. No monologue. No flashy pyro. Just one of the most powerful moments in Bloodline history. This wasn't just a debut. This was a declaration. In that silent embrace, Zilla wasn't just showing love for his cousin. He was drawing a battle line. He was making it known, without uttering a single syllable, that he wasn't here to sit on the sidelines. He was here to fight. And more importantly, he had chosen his side. The embrace was brief, but the meaning was permanent. Jacob nodded once, a faint grin forming on his face. A grin that said it's time. The two walked away together. No interview. No statement. Just an energy shift that felt like a storm cloud rolling over SmackDown. And as they disappeared into the shadows, the camera caught one more chilling detail. Standing quietly behind a crate in the distance, half hidden but watching intently, was Jimmy Uso. His arms folded. His eyes burning. He didn't move. He didn't speak. But the look on his face told us everything. Jimmy was watching closely. Calculating. Processing what this meant. Was he relieved? Was he threatened? Was he planning to make a move of his own? One thing was clear, this wasn't over. And then came the second shock, Because despite weeks of tension, of statements, of retaliation and bloodshed, there was one person who was nowhere to be found. Solosikoa. The enforcer. The self-proclaimed heir to Roman's throne. The man who tore the bloodline apart with his bare hands. Absent. Not in the ring. Not in the hallway. Not in the parking lot. Gone. Which raises the biggest question of the night: did Solo know this was coming? Because make no mistake, Fatu's arrival isn't just a fresh name. It's a game-changer. Zilla isn't some random call-up from NXT. He's not here for a side story or a tag team filler feud. He's here with purpose. With legacy. With fire in his veins. And he just aligned himself with the most unpredictable and dangerous man on the roster, Jacobfatu. This alliance isn't just strategic. It's blood deep. It's generational. It's violent. And in a war where family means everything and betrayal cuts the deepest, adding Zilla to the battlefield could tilt the scale in ways we've never seen before. Imagine what happens when Jacob and Zilla start moving together. Imagine what happens when Zilla gets in the ring with Solo. When he crosses paths with Jimmy. When the Usos finally face what's becoming an unstoppable force in real time. Fatu is not just an addition to the story. He is the story now. And what makes it even more terrifying? He hasn't even spoken yet. Not a single promo. Not a single tweet. Just presence. Just intent. Just action. The power in that silence was more deafening than any entrance music. It reminded everyone in that building, and everyone watching at home, that true danger doesn't always announce itself with noise. Sometimes it walks in, silently shakes the foundation, and walks away with a storm trailing behind. There's a quiet before every war. Tonight was that quiet. Because now, everything changes. Jimmy Uso knows it. You could see it in his eyes. The calculations. The tension. Solosikoa will feel it soon. When he realizes that he's no longer the sole heir to this war. That another has entered the bloodline, not just in name, but in legacy. In violence. In loyalty. And for everyone else in the locker room? They should be terrified. Because Jacobfatu wasn't alone anymore. And the next time you see him in that hallway, he won't just be the lone wolf. He'll be the alpha of a new pack. A more dangerous bloodline. One that doesn't talk. One that doesn't need approval. One that doesn't ask permission. Fatu has stepped out of the shadows. And SmackDown will never be the same again. Keep your eyes open. Watch the halls. Watch the silence. Because the most dangerous moves aren't made in the ring. They're made in moments like this, moments where legacies align, and wars are born. The bloodline isn't dying. It's mutating. A new chapter has begun. And Fatu just turned the page.